The senior care industry is booming, and you're invited to take part. Tune in as we chat about the potential to earn life changing revenue and freedom as an entrepreneur in this multi-billion-dollar market. We're going to get right into that with today's guests who are hanging out in the virtual studio, Eshonda Blue and Jessica Wright of Innovative Senior Solutions. Don't you move. We'll be right back after this quick intro. Thank you so much for tuning in for the Sharvette Mitchell radio show.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. Thank you so much for all of those that are tuning in from all across Facebook. Hey there, we're so glad to have you. Those that are hanging out on YouTube, those that are hanging out on Twitter, those that may be checking out the replay in Instagram, certainly Sharvette.com, and those that are listening through Blog Talk Radio and all of our podcast platforms. You know what? Apple Podcasts, y'all are always ranked the highest. So we appreciate you. But everywhere you may be listening or watching from, we thank you so much for tuning in today because, the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And I'm positive that our guests have something to say today that is going to motivate you or influence you in one direction. As always, we want to shout out sponsors for the show, which is actually today my very own Facebook group, my Facebook community that is for women entrepreneurs. If you're looking to rub shoulders with women that are working on their marketing, working on their branding and their visibility, we invite you into hashtag coaching with Vet. Very simply, you can find it at heygirlhey.today, not .com, not .org, .today, and join us over there for some amazing discussions, collaborations, and all the things. So thank you for being a part of this. All right, so today's show, I know you're saying, whoa, what kind of topic is this? Oh yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it right now. The senior care industry is booming and you're invited to take part in this multi-billion-dollar market. That's what we're going to be talking about today. This is a great time to go ahead and share this out. I see. Yes. Listen, Charlotte, welcome. She's already commenting. What? Yes, honey. We're going to give you all the tea. We're going to spill all the tea. Shout out to my mom who is listening, retired, supposed to be registered nurse of 35 plus years. She got to hold it down here. Shout out to my sister Kim. Listen, I can always promise you at least 2 listeners every show, and all those that are coming on in. Christina, welcome from Richmond, who is in healthcare as well. Welcome. All right, we are ready. Let me introduce my guests again, who they're hanging out ready to come up to the mic so that we can get into this conversation. Again, I invite you to share this broadcast out. Eshonda Blue and Jessica Wright, they are the CEOs and the owners of Innovative Senior Solutions. Listen, Innovative Senior Solutions and consultants, they have many, many years of experience owning and operating multiple profitable senior care businesses. They also have a proven track record for helping other entrepreneurs to develop successful personal care home businesses, and they are our experts here today. We're talking in the 7 figures, so we don't have novice here. We have experts coming up to the mic. Let me bring them up right now, live on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show. Jessica Wright is coming on in. Eshonda Blue is here. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
We are excited to have you and to jump into this topic. And I am telling you what, listen, we've gotten some shout outs already. A listener said, take care of my 90-year-old daddy, refused to put him away. Listen, God bless you for that. Which is actually a great segue into how I want to open up our conversation. And so I'd love to hear from both of you. I'll have Jessica go first, then Eshonda. How did you all get into this space? Is there a personal journey that brought you here?
Most definitely.
it started with our grandmother. It hit home for us when our grandmother told us she did not want to go to a nursing home. Just like your viewer said, we wanted to keep her in her home. We wanted to make sure we carried out her wishes. She wanted to be where she raised her family, where she had lived all of her life. And so being registered nurses, Eshonda and I are registered nurses, and we have a background in long-term care, working in nursing homes. We knew we didn't want our grandmother to go to a nursing home. Nursing home is needed if you need skilled nursing, but our grandmother, she just needed help with her ADLs, bathing, dressing, preparing meals. And so we were able to do that. She was our first client, and 15 years ago. And so that's how we got started in this industry. We saw a need personally and in our community.
Wow, wonderful. Eshonda, anything you want to add to that?
I would just say our mission. So through the eyes of our grandmother, we met so many other seniors just like her who had that same wish to live out their lives at home. And so our mission is to improve the lives of seniors by preventing them from going to a nursing home and keeping them either safe in their home or their community as long as possible. So I would just add that to what Jessica just told you.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so I saw on your website something that just, a quote that just made me say, okay, we've got to talk about this. And from your website, you state experts predict the number of seniors who need long-term care will increase to 15 million by 2030. What does that mean for our society? And Eshonda, I'd love for you to jump in on that.
Yeah, we're going everywhere we go. We're trying to sound the alarm because I'm not sure if people know, but seniors is the fastest growing population. It's going to double in the next 10 years. And I think I saw a statistic the other day that just said that over 75 million is going to need housing by 2030. So they're calling it the silver tsunami. They're saying it's not going to be enough providers. They're expecting a 75% increase in the need of providers for senior care. And so we're just trying to do our part, to go ahead and get ready for this tsunami before it gets here. But this is definitely the industry that you want to be in and to start investing in.
Oh, right. And who would be a good candidate? Who are the types of people that would be good to get their foot into this area?
Entrepreneurs all day long. Any entrepreneurs who start businesses, this is something that you would be great at. Real estate investors are also prime candidates because you already have property. So those were people that we were talking to, and definitely healthcare professionals. I got to shout out to our nurses. I think I heard your mom is a nurse.
Yes. Betty Jean Stanley Mitchell.
So we give great care. That was always our thing anyway. When we first started, we knew how to give the care. We just had to learn the business. But you don't have to be a healthcare professional to start a senior care business, but it sure does help. So
it's very helpful, right? All right, wonderful. So Jessica, let's talk about, because there's adult daycare, there's personal care, in homes, there's transportation services. What are all of the opportunities that are kind of out there? And if we could explain those to the listeners.
Yes. And so we started out our business in-home care. So that is where you send a caregiver to the home and you help the individuals there at home with their ADLs, their bathing, their dressing. So it's non-skilled care that is provided in their home. Also, adult day is just like child care. So it's a daycare for adults. It's a healthcare model. And so a nurse is there on site. And so we're able to give nursing care. Also, we help them with their ADLs if needed, and they get the socialization activities, field trips, and things of that nature. So keeping seniors active and providing a safe place for them to go throughout the day. And lastly, personal care homes. And so this is the residential. This is where seniors live. Again, it's still non-skilled, so it's still 24/7 oversight A caregiver is always there, it's overseen by a registered nurse. And so there is a place for seniors to live when they're no longer able to stay at home.
Oh, right. And, I've heard of recently friends who were having to look for care for their, ailing grandmother. And the prices are astronomical. There's a lot, maybe some sticker shock that, should people be looking into this sooner rather than later, trying to make plans of what they're going to do?
Most definitely. Go ahead.
I was going to say, that was right down my alley. That's my soapbox. So for the many, many years that we ran our in-home care business, the calls that we got, and I mean, our phone was ringing off the hook. Never once did we get a call from a senior. It was always from their children.
Yeah.
And usually when they called us, because seniors have this thing where they won't ask for help. And so usually when the children found out that they really needed help, they really needed help. And so it was always some type of emergency situation. But what we learned from in that process is that people really don't plan for this. And we probably could do a whole show about talking to our community about planning for senior care so that you can make better decisions, right? You know where you're going, you know what you're doing, you understand the cost, who's going to pay for it. Where are these documents? What kind of insurance does mom and dad have? All those different things. We just saw that as a trend.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. And for those that are just tuning in, welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We are super excited to have our guests here that are joining us, telling us about potential opportunities for you. Eshonda Blue and Jessica Wright. While people are listening, how can they find you all on Facebook?
InnovativeSeniorSolutions.com or Innovative Senior Care Consulting is our Facebook pages.
Awesome. Listening, getting thumbs up. Great information already. Good information already. Thank you so much. So you all actually have a complimentary webinar that is a masterclass. Let me say a complimentary masterclass that's coming up. And so I'm going to have Eshonda start us off, and then Jessica kind of wrap us up of what's going to be covered in the masterclass, because I'm sure listeners that are checking this out, some people's interest is piqued, but you all going to be able to take it a lot further. So what is the masterclass about and all that good stuff?
So let me just before I get into the masterclass, in 2019, we sold our in-home care business for over $1 million. And so when we sold our business, we invested in properties that we flipped for personal care homes, which I can tell you about later. But when we did that, we decided that we wanted to start helping people start their own senior care business. And so the first way that we did that was we started going live kind of like this on Facebook. And then the next thing we know, we had a webinar where we were actually teaching people from high level on basically the foundational things they need to know about a personal care home. Like what are the different types of personal care homes? There are different types of adult day centers, and just giving them some foundational information so they can make a decision about, is this something that they would want to get into? So our masterclass gives you very good foundational information about the senior care industry to help you make a decision on whether this is something that you would like to do.
Great. And Jessica, what are the deets? When is it? How do they sign up? All that good stuff.
Yes, so it's this Thursday night at 7 p.m. Go to our website. You can go to our Facebook page, and you can register there. We'll also put the link. I'll put the link in the chat here now, and so you can go and register for our master class Thursday at 7 p.m. And we'll have those usually every Thursday at 7 p.m.
All right. And definitely, there are those that are watching this that are in the entrepreneur space that may not be medical, but then definitely, nurses, nurse practitioners, anyone that has some medical experience, I would say definitely at least find out the information, right? Sometimes do you all find that sometimes people are just scared to even just find out the possibilities?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And that's why we put that masterclass in place so that we could start, and it's free, by the way. And we wanted to make sure people understood this opportunity that's out there and what it looks like.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. And so you sold the business, $1 million. You've helped other businesses absolutely go out of, just do the thing, do the doggone thing, as they say, in this space. What was the impact and what impact has COVID had? And I'll start with Jessica and then come to Eshonda. What have you seen with COVID and how has that impacted this space?
That's the number one question we get from everyone who's looking to enter into this space. And, we cover this on our masterclass. This is one of the myths. Has COVID had a negative effect on our business? And no, it has not. Like Eshonda said, we started helping other entrepreneurs in 2020 in the midst of COVID start their businesses. Their businesses are flourishing. We run adult day centers and personal care homes. And we have had no issues. COVID has not had a negative effect. Actually, we started a 24-bed facility March of last year. Brand new facility, had people lined up ready to go to move in, and COVID hit. And we was like, oh my God, OMG, what are we going to do? And so, as entrepreneurs, we have to pivot, right? We have to come up with a game plan when things don't go as planned. And so we turned our facility into a refuge. We're in Albany, Georgia. COVID is a hot spot in Albany when it first came out. And so we heard our local officials, our state officials saying it's no space in the hospital. We need to free up beds for newly infected COVID clients. And so we opened our facility to recovering COVID clients. So that is how we spent, not being able to open our facility. And over half of those individuals are still with us today.
Wonderful, wonderful. And listen, I got to just say, I was born in Milledgeville, Georgia. What y'all know about Milledgeville?
We know Milledgeville.
And I know my mom. I'm surprised she hadn't even checked. She went to Albany State. So this is like all connected. I've got a couple questions. This is awesome conversation. Dr. Angeline, PhD in education. Is the masterclass one session only? How does that work?
Yes, it's one 1 hour class. And like I said, it's an overview. And then leading into that, we have a 6-week incubator training where we can go deeper into what senior business you want to start.
All right. And another question, will it be taped if they register and they're not able to attend? Is there a recording?
Yes, a replay will go out.
All right. All right. Great work. Thank you. Jack Lavelle Coaching said great work. Much needed. Much needed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, listeners. Absolutely. Wonderful. If you're just coming on in, you're like, oh, what is this about? Listen, we're talking about the senior care industry. It's booming. You're invited to jump in on this multi-billion-dollar market. We have experts here. We have people not just read about it, not just thought about it, but have done it and are doing it. Eshonda Blue and Jessica Wright, Innovative Senior Solutions. Connect with them. If this piques your interest, just sign up for the masterclass, like even just to listen to it. Or if you know someone, this is information that you wanna pass on and you wanna share on. Okay, I knew Albany State was. I knew that was coming. So no impact. And some argue that it probably is a better time to get into this space because of COVID. Any thoughts, comments around that, Eshonda? I see you shaking your head.
I do. I was waiting for you to swing that around to me. COVID has actually created a niche for us and made us full-time real estate investors. We purchased 22 properties last year, and we purchased residential homes, single-family, 3-bedroom, 2-bath houses, and we turned them into personal care homes, and we leased them to individuals to start their senior care business. as we had started consulting and people were coming to our master classes, one of the biggest roadblocks for a lot of entrepreneurs was funding. They couldn't get the funding that they needed to start their business. And so it was like, hey, this is a way that we can help people start their businesses. And once they get on their feet and get going, then they can go ahead and get the necessary funding they need. So we that is what we did. And because of COVID, seniors are really liking these smaller communities to live in. They only, 4 to 6 people in a home. They don't have to worry about those large outbreaks and a lot of different people coming into the home. So we've actually found a niche where seniors are really liking these much better.
Oh, right. And so what is this, we put the big number out, multi-billion-dollar market. What could you kind of bring that number as far as if someone had one home, what kinds of potential could they see? What type of numbers, if you don't mind kind of sharing a ballpark of what people could see as a potential of income that they could make or earn?
This is exactly what we go over in the masterclass. People always
okay. So you don't have to spill the beans if they get it in the masterclass.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you though. I just want to say that is what people want to see. They want to see the numbers, but you can definitely have a 6-figure revenue off one home, 1 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single family home. You can have a 6-figure revenue.
All right. Somebody put cha-ching, money, dollar signs in. But listen, let me just say this. Certainly those that have a heart for seniors, it's not just about the money. We do have the money makes the world go round. Let's just be honest. But if you have a caring heart and you already are in this space, why not step into this and grab the potential? But, money, we serve, I heard April Franks say, a business strategist, we serve at a profit. So you're still serving this community, but you can still make a profit while you are serving. Jessica, anything you want to add in around that revenue potential and all of that?
No, every time on the masterclass, I know we're always talking about the dollars, but how great is it to be able to marriage purpose and make it a difference and then making the money. And so it's just a perfect marriage of the two, so if you're caring, compassionate, why not use that to make it better for seniors in your community?
Yeah. And Charlotte is saying, she couldn't find decent care, for her brother, his senior brother, he couldn't find it. So it is absolutely meeting a need, especially if we cited earlier in the show, the numbers are increasing where we're going to have more facilities and more for this baby boom era that is living longer, healthier, but are still aging. Absolutely. In that space. All right. There we go. There you go. There we go. All right. Thank you. Deborah is listening in. Thanks, Deborah. Thanks for being here, checking us out here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show with our experts and our guests here, Eshonda Blue and Jessica Wright. Again, you're invited to a complimentary masterclass if you're listening to this. And if you hear this before Thursday, however, I think I heard that they have them more often than not. So still, if you're saying, oh, I'm listening to this on Saturday, still go to the website, still check out the information and connect. I'd love for you to talk about the 6-week incubator, senior care business incubator that you all have available. And if Jessica wants to start and go to Eshonda, we can do it that way.
Okay. So yes, we've just come in contact with individuals who needed more information, right? They wanted more details of what senior care business was right for them, the rules and regulations, going through that, and just what is needed, the business plan, formulating that. So we go over 6 weeks of material, and most of those things are funding, resources, things that have been holding individuals back from starting their business. And so we walk through those pain points in those 6 weeks. And we're saying when you finish the class, you'll be able to go out and do it yourself. So, Eshonda.
I think you hit it, Jessica. Like you said, we just from listening to people in our master classes and asking the question, what is your roadblock? What have stopped you from starting your business? And we actually set up our 6-week incubator program based off of that. We wanted to make sure that we remove roadblocks, and one of those is business plans, right? And we teach
Mm.
how to do a business plan, why it's important. We even show the financials related to the business, the senior care business industry. So we go into detail, and then rules and regulations, like that's another big roadblock. And so
Yeah.
we're able to, a lot of times when you see the rules and regulations, it's like a book, it's just a lot of information, which can be intimidating. And we break it down and get people to understand these are the basic components of these regulations. And we don't want them to be intimidated. We want them to understand what they're looking at. So that's our 6-week coaching program. And like Jessica said, when you finish that, you can really start one on your own.
All right, there you go. There you go. Connect for that information. I'm seeing another question come in. Sharon, do you provide background checks for the providers? I don't know if you need more information or if you know what she's talking about.
Oh yeah, that's a great question. Is it Sharon? Sharon?
I believe it's Sharon. I think Miss D. We're gonna say Miss D. Be on the safe side.
One of the things we do, we have a turnkey solution program, and that's when we help people from start to finish start their senior care business. And when you choose our turnkey option, that is where we actually help you with your application to the state. And so we would be assisting you with doing that part, getting your background check done. We do all the parts necessary to complete your application to the state.
All right. Thank you. Great question there. And I'm popping up on the screen the link there, and I'll also put it in the chat if for those of you interested in the senior care business incubator that is there. Now, and thank you for Shane. Thank you for that response. So once someone has one of the options up and running, we do a lot here talking about marketing, branding, visibility, getting their visibility on their business. How, what are there ways that will clients just kind of come knock on their door, or will business owners need to do some marketing and visibility to kind of get the word out that they have this care available?
Yes, that's one of the topics that we teach in the incubator is how to market and find your clients. We teach, it's just like any other business, you have to market. Marketing is essential to the success of your business. We try to make sure they understand places they need to market. We try to teach them ways that they can stand out from, what's your differentiator, right? What's your value proposition? Identifying that and use that to stand out from the rest. But yes, it is important to market. I got to share this story. I can remember when we first got approved for Medicaid, right? We were a Medicaid provider. We had to wait a full year for that. And when we got our Medicaid, we was sitting around. It was like, we ain't got any referrals here. And so I started like 3 months in. I called a case manager and I said, hey, we got our Medicaid number. We haven't got any referrals from you guys. And the lady said, she said, honey, we're in South Georgia. She said, so proud of you girls for getting y'all Medicaid. But if you want some clients, you got to go get them. And so we've been going to get them ever since. And that's simple. If you get somebody organically, great. But you got to market.
Oh, thank you for saying that. And my clients that are listening, listen, hold a complete different industry than maybe what I'm talking about, but the same principles. The principles are the same. You got the honey, you got to go get them. I might have to put that voice on and do an Instagram reel. Honey, you got to go get them if you want them. I love that. I love that. Well, we want to honor your time. Don't want to take any more time from you. The final question I have for you, the goal of this show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And I'm going to start with Eshonda and then go to Jessica. We want to know what continues to motivate you. So Eshonda, let us know what continues to motivate you.
What motivates me, I had the opportunity to go to Dartmouth to a minority entrepreneur training a few years back, and I came back changed. And we did this exercise in the class, and basically, to keep it short, the exercise taught us the value in working together. And so I just, that gives me joy, and we want to be able to help someone else. We didn't have anybody to show us the ropes. We had to bootstrap our business and just get through. And so we're going to that's what's motivating me. And I hope we can help someone else. by entering and becoming an entrepreneur. So.
Thank you. Thank you for your service to the community. All right, Jessica, what continues to motivate you?
Yeah, so I was going to, our BHAG, our big, hairy, audacious goal. I want to read that to you all. And it's in 20 years to be a nationally recognized company setting standards of innovative caregiving through comprehensive senior networks, touching every household. And so that motivates me. That continues to make me strive because we know that we cannot do it. Eshonda and I cannot do it, through innovative senior solutions, that being able to help other entrepreneurs, bring them on, set them up with proven systems to go out and touch the world. And so we can do it through others, providing a service, a care, a need to help individuals be able to stay at home, to live their lives at home or in their communities. That motivates me.
Yes, yes. Listen, nothing we can take from that, nothing we can add. That right there hits the nail on the head. Ladies, thank you so much again for all of your work that you're doing in the community to change lives all the way around. And for the few minutes we were able to spend with you, thank you for stopping by the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Woo, I am telling you, amazing show, right? Amazing show. So if you came in on the tail end or whatever, go back, catch the replay. If you know someone that needs to hear this, send them the link, send them the replay of this show in any of the video formats, or if you're listening in the podcast, you can share it that way. And again, here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, our goal is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we target our conversations to high achieving women entrepreneurs. And we are all about helping you to increase your marketing, your visibility, and your branding. And I thought this was such a great spotlight. Number one, for those of you who are in the healthcare space, can get into that space, this is an option for you. But it was also lovely to hear that, hey, you still, all the possibilities are there. The money is there. There's clients there, but you still have to market. You still have to go out there and get it. Thank you for being such an engaged audience. Thank you so much for all those wonderful. Thank you for popping on in. We see you and glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Mom. Thank you for being here. All right, that wraps up the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, and we're going to see you all later on the web. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.